Love-inspired suspense and HarlequinAudio present Chasing a Kidnapper by Laura Scott, performed by Kenyé Askew. In God is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in God. Psalm 62:7. This book is dedicated to my fellow authors in this fabulous series: Cherie Stover, Terry Reed, Maggie K. Black, Jody Bailey, Jessica R. Patch, Sharon Dunn, Valerie Hanson, Lynette Eason, and Lenora Worth. I am blessed to have worked on this project with all of you. Chapter 1. Where is he? Plain City, South Dakota Police Detective West Cole peered through the foggy night as he drove his undercover SUV through town. His new canine partner, a female beagle named Peanut, was tucked in her rear compartment, her nose pressed against the screen. He murmured words of encouragement to the brown and white dog, knowing she still missed her previous partner, Kenyé Graves. Kenyé had been killed 3 months ago in an explosion set by the gun trafficking ring they'd been investigating. Thankfully, Peanut had been spared, and he'd taken over as her canine handler to use her expertise to sniff out illegal weapons. His chest tightened painfully as he thought of his best friend and colleague. Losing Kenyé had been devastating to the entire Plain City Police Department, but especially to him, as he and Kenyé had been very close. Since that terrible night, West had focused all his time and energy on getting justice for his friend, not to mention Kenyé's 3-year-old twin sons, who were now orphans. Orphans with a home, since Trisha McCord, Kenyé's childhood friend, had been named as their legal guardian. He was glad to know the boys were in good hands, yet West fully intended to find the gun traffickers to make them pay for their crimes. For Kenyé's sake, and for the rest of their department, these monsters had caused enough damage. The violence in their city would only escalate more than it already had if they didn't get these weapons off the streets. And soon. Yet they had very few leads, which was why he was here, patrolling the area of the city where he'd caught Petey pawners last year. He'd arrested the guy for illegal possession of a firearm, but unfortunately, Petey was already out of jail. It wasn't a stretch to assume Petey had gotten his illegal weapon from the traffickers. A weak link? Maybe, but it was all he had, and West was determined to find him. The shifting fog made it difficult to see well, but he wasn't giving up. He drove past the Plain City Pizzeria and caught a glimpse of a large and boxy shadow behind the restaurant. A vehicle? His curiosity piqued as he doused the headlights and made a loop around the block. He parked a good 30 yards away from the pizzeria and reached into the glove box for his binoculars. It took a moment to focus on the man lugging something large and heavy out of the back door of the pizzeria and into the back a dark gray truck. From what he could tell, there were other boxes in the back too. There was no label on the truck, making him doubt it was food items being moved out of the building at 10 o'clock at night. Adjusting the lenses on the binocs, he thought he saw the initials SD on the outside of one of the boxes. South Dakota? Or something else. Maybe a city somewhere. Before he could look further, the man stepped back, turned, and reached up to close the back door. West caught just enough of the guy's profile to identify him as Petey Pawners. Well, well, he murmured. Up to your old tricks, huh, Petey? He felt certain the guy had been lured back into the criminal world. Yet there was the very remote possibility Petey was doing a legit truck-driving gig. He considered calling for backup or getting out to investigate with Peanut. Her keen nose would alert to the scent of gunpowder and gun oil. But before he could move, Petey jumped up behind the wheel of the truck. The lights came on, and the truck rolled down the street away from the pizzeria. Were there guns in the back of that truck? Determined to find out, he quickly shifted into gear and eased away from the curb to follow.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?